Hey, what's going
Hey,
on?
buddy.
Hey,
How
man,
are you,
what's
man?
going on? Good, good. You a little tired? Are you in Sweden Rock Fest?
Oh, dude, we had the bet. Actually, I was just telling Johnny, we're hiding. All our friends are down at the bar. James Kotak, Kingdom Comes down there. Sean Kelly from Lear, and we got all our friends at the bar down there going, man, come on. It's like, we got an interview, dog.
Wow, wow, wow.
So you're number one. How are you, my man?
Very good, very good. I mean, I photographed you quite a bit of times and stuff like that, and became friends with you with many different bands. And
Right.
I'm new to Johnny Hyatt, so we'll get to both of you and talk a little bit about the new album H2. Um, Tell me who did the writing and stuff like that.
Well, it started with John. Originally, it was going to be a Johnny solo record.
Right,
I mean, it's a culmination of things we did during lockdown and things that we finished during lockdown.
right,
But Johnny was a primary writer, and Livio, our singer on a few of the songs, also brought in some songs.
right,
And it was a cumulative effort. We were working on stuff together.
right,
But it's a very eclectic collection of music and writings. You know what I mean? It's
right.
like there was no intent when we started other than recording good music. We started with the Beatles song, I think, right, John?
Yeah, yeah, and it was something that we didn't plan to
Right.
happen. It was just something that we kept doing as we were working through, like Stet's Metal Church record and a couple of other projects that he had. And before we knew it, we had a record recording. We were like, "What do we do with this?" And
Right.
he had the answer.
Wow.
Yeah, and Johnny and I have been working together for years, and he's also a very talented producer engineer.
Right.
And he engineered the drums on the Damned If You Do and the Vault and
Right.
some compilation stuff we've done with Metal Church. He's like my partner, and so we thought we'd have some rock and roll fun together finally.
Right. Yeah. Yeah. Wow. 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 And you got Michael T. Ross, who's also a friend of mine and a great guy.
Michael T. Ross is tops.
I cannot say enough good things about Michael. He's awesome.
Yeah,
right.
Michael. Obviously, we got a history with Lita and stuff, but it's ongoing. Yeah, he's a good man, and he actually lives right up the street from me in Vegas now. So I'm over his compound frequently lately, and he's a good man. And Livio, amazing. He sings on a bunch of stuff. And Jerome, the bass player, came through Johnny, and that guy is just a gift from God. He's just such a sweet man, but an incredible bass player.
He's one of the most amazing I think I've ever had the pleasure to play with.
He is good.
You think you guys will be doing a tour or shows coming up for this release?
Well, yes. The way life is right now is for me, for us. We're playing with John Beauvoir.
Right.
We are rebuilding Metal Church.
Right.
And that'll probably be next year again. And the Howland Hyatt stuff, we're just waiting to cherry pick gigs. No one wants to drive around in a van playing to 40 people. It's when we get offers to play with our friends. I got a bunch of famous friends, so it's like if I don't know, LA Guns or whoever wants to, Leonard Skinner or anyone.
Right. Yeah.
This band is like, it's very versatile. It's like with the keys and the rock and vibe. It's not just metal, and it's not just blues. It's like, it's fun.
Right.
There's a cool vibe with it, and we all get along great. That's kind of a rule for anything I do anymore. It's like, I gotta love the people in the band, or I don't really want to do it.
What did you say?
Yeah, and we have that with John Beauvoir. He's just outstanding and just a superstar. We love him, and I'm blessed with Metal Church. They are the greatest people. You know what I mean? We don't have fights. We've never had a go to hell, man, you suck fight.
Yeah.
Ever.
I'm a witness, so I'll second that motion. I've worked with those guys too, and we went on tour and we did a bunch of stuff, recording wise, and those guys are the best. Never a bad word, always gentlemen. It's great.
Right. Mr. Beauvoir, when you just went the Sweden Rock Festival with him, that guy's amazing. I tell you, anytime he comes to town, he makes sure he takes care of me with photo passes, anything I want. I flew out to Melodic Rock to photograph him. I photographed him here when he played different venues and stuff. Great guy.
That's awesome. It's so awesome to know if you know John, you
Right.
appreciate him. You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
he
And
is.
he's. I'm telling you, we did a signing yesterday. That I have my nose into the business
Right.
all the time, and we did a signing yesterday. A 40-minute signing went on for an hour and 40.
Oh, it's
Wow.
over 2 hours.
It was insane. It was great. It was electric, and there was, I mean, it was mainly about him, But I mean, I was blessed with a bunch of Metal Church fans and nice, the WASP people from the old days. Everybody's kind of culminated, like for me, like when I made my move to Metal Church, my WASP friends and fans, welcomed it. They came right with me, you know what I mean?
Right,
and the
yeah.
Metal Church fans are like, you know what, you're okay. You know what I mean?
Cool,
It's
cool.
like, because Jeff Plate was amazing. He was there for like 10, 12 years. He did an amazing job, and he's, a great drummer. And Kirk Arrington just really, really great. So, you want to represent well,
Right, yeah.
And so I was accepted, and now to play with John and kind of be somewhat accepted by his fans too. It's like, this is cool. I'm turning into a chameleon. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I saw some of the pictures on Facebook already of you playing the drums there and stuff like that. Pretty cool, Pretty cool.
Yeah. You were saying?
I think the thing that impressed me the most about yesterday was the pre-meet and greet. Not that the meet and greet was absolutely amazing. I've never seen anything like it. But the pre-meet and greet, the John's guys or whoever had a whole bunch of stuff for us to sign for charity. And that was just really cool.
Yeah.
I mean, we signed couches, right? And
there was a bunch of,
I mean, that was awesome.
Yeah, I mean, he's good like that with the charity stuff. I mean, man, this guy is really a good dude. I mean, he's been my friend for some years now. Me and him have done 6 or 8 shows with him now.
Yeah.
And now, yesterday was kind of like the reason that we came here was so he could get some traction and show that he's here as an artist. And we showed that yesterday, and there's all sorts of stuff going on now, and I love it. I get in the middle of it. It's like, oh yeah, say no to everything, and they'll double it.
Wow.
I hope they don't watch this.
Yeah. Let's get back to the album. Like you said, it has an array of different style of music. So you got 2 instrumentals, you got some ballads and stuff like that. Even the first track is amazing. I mean, I love that song. But get ready. Who's singing them high-pitched vocals on there?
This guy.
How do you go from coming your way so mellow and like, even tone, and then all of a sudden, like forget it. Great. So tell me, John.
Oh, okay, well, that's a different singer on that first track, and that's a good friend of mine,
Chris.
Yeah, and like we said, we didn't have a plan when we put this thing together, and it was just he's a really good friend of mine. He sang on Jakey Lee's Arachnophobia record, and he came in and sang the track, and we said, okay, cool.
I thought that with that track coming your way, I think it sounds that his voice is so full and a body. It reminds me of 38 Special or something.
Right, yeah, it definitely does. Yeah,
kind of a cool thing. Yeah, but I don't mean to interrupt you, but Johnny's voice is so kick ass. You should hear this guy sing AC/DC. It's ridiculous. Wow. But like the Unfinished Masterpiece and stuff like that.
That's a great track too. Yeah,
his voice is just amazing. I mean, I'm sorry he's sitting right here, but I mean, really, really good, man. And, I'm proud of it.
Well, I think my favorite track is Get Ready. I really like that. I love it.
It's funny because we shot 4 videos so far, and none of them were Get Ready. Muncie picked that from Skateboard Marketing.
Right? Yeah.
He's the guy's. I can't even believe we have what we have. You know what I mean? It's like Muncie is like a god in his field. You know what I mean? That guy works with major acts and stuff, and he's just so cool. So he's doing great with us, by the way. And my buddy Opus from Mindsnap Entertainment, he's the one that put everything together. Right. He put the whole thing together. And Larry Toring from Avant Artists, he's been, those guys all put together the Orchard distribution. So we have amazing distribution.
Don't forget Shauna.
We're available everywhere.
Oh yeah.
It's crazy. And great everything. You know, it's just like a major record, except we didn't, you know, there weren't a bunch of big advances offered nor needed. So
Right, yeah. Wow.
yeah, it's, you know, all about the music, and it's going pretty good. I mean, it's really is. We're very happy.
Hey, can we give him a little bit of a backstory on Get Ready? Seeing as
Oh
that-
yeah, yes, I
that's
want to
his-
hear it. I want to
Yes,
hear it.
go ahead.
Yes, I want to
Okay.
hear it.
Okay, so
Me too.
when I wrote that song, me and my good friend Jim Kelly, we got
Okay.
together, and we had done the drum tracks to that. It was probably 5 years before, and we didn't have anything ready to go. So another mutual friend of ours, I won't no names, really pissed me off,
Right.
really bad. And so I wrote the whole lyrics. We already had the music down, but I wrote the whole lyrics in like about 5 minutes. And you know who I'm talking about, but you know, and it went from there. And sometimes good songs come out of being pissed off, I guess.
Right.
Is what I'm
That's
trying to say.
great. Dude, that song's great. And I think it's funny that we didn't pick it, you know.
Right.
Muncie picked it. And you know, we don't have a video to it right now, but what the hell, we'll probably do one just because we love doing videos.
Right.
You know what's awesome? Speaking of videos, Phil Verone is our video guy. You know Phil?
Yeah.
And
Yep,
he's
good.
great.
Oh
I
my
mean,
God, he's
he's so great, and he's a great friend. And you know, me and him always were not useful in the past. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
we get together and just have fun. But I got to tell you, he came in to shoot videos, and he was serious. He had concepts. He was amazing. I mean, he's really good. So you know.
Well, let's not forget to mention where we shot him.
Yes.
You know, Ed Roman's place.
Oh yeah. We shot videos at the old Ed Roman estate, the compound. Are you familiar with Ed?
Yes, I am. Yeah.
Yeah. Michael T. Ross lives there.
Wow.
And my friend Michael St. John owns it. And so we've shot 4 videos down there so far, and it's you know, it's a great place. And Michael T. Ross has the Academy Las Vegas Keyboard Academy started there.
Yes.
Right.
And it's cool.
That's
And
amazing
they just did a fantasy camp there. They just did a rock and roll fantasy camp there as well.
Wow. Tell me a little bit about While My Guitar Gently Weeps. Why'd you pick that song? And you know, it turned out really good.
Well, it's always been one of my favorite Beatles songs, and I always thought in the back of my head, this would be like a really cool remake.
Right.
I think we could, you know, if I got the right cast of characters together, which we did, obviously, and I was just like, man, I just envisioned it a certain way, and it came out above and beyond my expectations. And I'm just thankful for these guys, because if it wasn't for them, that would have never happened.
Right.
Well, your guitar work was amazing on that. Livio killed it, and Jerome, the bass work is just really good.
Never mind Michael T.
I mean,
Yeah,
of course. And I was just grooving, you know, I was just laying a platform for you guys, really. I mean, of course, I did my normal overplaying at the end, because that's what I do. But yeah, that was such a cool track. And me and him did the bed track like a while ago, right?
Yeah, it was right in the middle of the Metal Church record.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, we do that. We're about to do this again. We're going from Sweden Rock. We're going home Sunday now.
Right.
And then we're gonna start the Metal Church record Monday.
Wow.
Yeah, I'm gonna start drums, and
Wow.
and I'm gonna hope to bang them out by the end of the month, you know. But
Right.
we had this gig with John, and it's a big deal to him, and so we really worked hard at it. We rehearsed for about a couple weeks straight. But we start new Howland HYATT stuff while we're doing Metal Church. That's kind of what we do, you know.
Yeah,
Right,
like
yeah.
in the when we have some downtime, I'll run an idea by him, and
Right.
we'll come up with a groove or something. We'll lay a
Yeah.
track or two, and then we'll go on to the next Metal Church song, and then
Yeah.
before you know, we got 2 or 3, and
It goes pretty quick. We have a good system. We've done many records together, you know, and he's a great engineer. I'm actually a good engineer now. I don't know what happened.
Right.
I remember when you couldn't.
I remember when I couldn't even. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah.
He's awesome now.
Yeah. Cool. How'd you guys all get together? Are you friends, or you know, how'd the whole band form?
Well, me and Stead have been friends for over 35 years. And
cool.
we've played in and out of bands and done all kinds of crazy stuff along the way.
Sure.
Uh-huh.
And the rest of it, I don't know, you telling the story about, Steve and how we come up with Jerome. I mean, wow.
Well, yeah, again, me and him have been together for, friends for years and years, and we've, had a few musical projects. But yeah, this was just who was available with recording equipment is how you get on this record. You know what I mean? It's like, I always say that, like, usually my go-to is my bro, Steve Unger from Metal Church, because we're like brothers, we play, perfectly together. We can learn shit, we can learn a whole show in a day or two. And we always play together, even mistakes. But in this case, Steve was busy in Seattle with his Alive 85 show. And Jerome was available in Vegas, and he was his friend, and he did one track, and I'm like, oh, this guy's really good, And then he did another one. I'm like, oh, this guy's really good. And then it was just, he did the whole record. It's like, okay, the universe is handling it, is telling us what we're gonna do, and he's great. Jerome's great, and what he did on that Beatles song, man, it's really special. It's really, really.
It really good. Is. It really is.
Everybody in the band's really good, so it's and the funny thing is, we've shot 4 videos and we've made the record. Have we ever actually played?
No, we haven't played live yet. So I guess
and we've had tours booked. We had a mini tour booked, and it was just logistics got in the way.
Right. Yeah.
But like I say, I'm very business oriented. So I'm like, okay, let's wait for offers. Like, there's people that they're spinning the record a lot in areas. Let's wait till we catch on, and then we'll get an offer from that area, and we'll get there. But it's like we're waiting to see where people are interested.
Right. Yeah. Wow.
And
you think?
Go
ahead.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
No, go ahead.
I was just wondering. You think this release will come out on vinyl?
It's actually available.
I think we should. Is it?
It is. It is. It is through our distribution link. You can order it whether you would like it on CD or vinyl or
really?
On a stick. I believe I'm.
I should know that. I'm sorry, but Mr. Businessman, that's awesome. I want one.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna order one.
But yes, the answer is yes. We've been so busy that, like, when I get home, I'm back to business Monday, and that's a one thing right there. It's like, yeah, I want to know the intricacies of the availability of vinyl. Oh my God.
Right.
I was sitting on my phone, just scared the shit out of me. Sorry.
No problem. No problem. When do you ever have spare time to do anything?
None.
Yeah, I didn't think so.
Oh, I'll tell you when, during the lockdown. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, it's like yesterday. No, there is no, I got to tell you, man, we're so busy, and we're so serious about, like, what we're doing. It's like with coming here to Sweden, I was like, I'm not even drinking till after the show. And it's true, I didn't. But after the show, good Lord, we had fun. But we take life serious now. It's not, we really do. We respect the opportunities we get. But there isn't any spare time. I live in Vegas, and I have interests in Florida, so I'm back and forth between those two anyway.
Right.
And have the John Beauvoir thing and Metal Church rebrewing and all the things we do. It's like there's no peace, but we love it.
Yeah. Cool,
Sitting around locked up was insane during lockdown. No one needs a drummer. Hey, how many phone calls you get during lockdown? I'm like 7.
Oh, cool. Definitely.
And we both have to apologize for not getting back to you sooner. I know you wanted to do interviews before.
I heard it's your fault. No, man. I'll take full responsibility. I do. It was for me, Mr. Real Estate, the mogul. I was renting in Vegas, and it happened to me. They sold my house out from under us.
Wow.
And our owners were great people, but they doubled their money on the house. It was a nice 5-bedroom place, and we had to get out in 30 days notice, and it just happened to be right about when things were starting to kick up. And I'm just now getting my sanity back that I'm doing, this and promoting our record and stuff. We've been getting in trouble for like the last few weeks. Yeah, we're in big trouble. Everybody's pissed off at us. Our publicist, our label, Muncie, everybody's like, "What is the matter with you, morons? you got a decent record with some traction. Where are you?" And so I was sick, you know, I could cry a river, but you know, I came into rehearsals a couple of weeks before this sick, and
Wow.
it sucked, you know, and it was a slow recovery because I was rehearsing and then crawling back. I got my own little tour bus at my studio, you know, and I crawl back in there to go to sleep, and I wake up and go to rehearsal, and I go back, go to sleep. It was that, but I wasn't calling back, and I wasn't, you know, entertaining interviews or any of that shit because you know, I couldn't remember my name.
Wow. Cool. Johnny, you working on anything else besides you know, this release and Metal Church?
Well, yeah, we've got the next Howland HYATT record that we're gonna, you know, go ahead and start doing here very soon. And I've got my cover band Radio Ghost, you know, on the beach in Fort Myers, and you know, we play and, you know, we do stuff, but original wise, no, it's pretty much just him and me right now.
Right.
I gotta jump in. His band is so good. I mean, they're good. They're killer good. Yeah.
Cool. That you have anything else in the works you like to talk about?
Well, you know, I do. I always have a few things up my sleeve, you know. I'm doing a thing with Tommy Bolin from Doro and Warlock. He's a dear friend of both of ours. So, yeah. And we paired up. He needs me to do a record with him, and I think that'd be a lot of fun, and we're gonna probably do some stuff. And yeah, I got a few things happening. I'm getting into, you know, I've been doing rock and roll fantasy camp for a while now, and gonna start moving into, you know, bringing back the drum clinic thing a little bit. You know, with bringing in teaming up with like Greg Potter, Vinny Appice, you know, guys like that. It's kind of an idea I have that I'd like to do. In the old days, clinics were a big deal, you know, guys would make big bucks and all that. So that kind of went away. So I like to try and bring it back a little bit, you know, education, entertainment, you know, a little cross section. But yeah, you know, and me and Johnny, he's been helping me with my, I have a rehearsal recording facility in Florida, and we're building that and stuff. We got a million things going on, you know.
Right. Tell me a little bit about your time with 4x Fate.
4x Fate. Great people. Well, it was around 2014-ish, 13, 14. I was kind of bored, and I called my buddy Danny Stanton. I said, Danny, man, you know, what's you got up your sleeve? You know, you know, I'm looking for a little something. And he's like, I don't know, let me think about it. And he kind of built 4x Fate, and I wasn't all that familiar with the Ace catalog, you know what I mean? Right. But you know, John Reagan and Todd Howarth and Sean Kelly,
who's downstairs,
waiting on us right now. Wow. But don't worry, we're not hurrying. It was a great time. It was built by Danny, created by Danny, and he got us like amazing gigs, you know, like we barely rehearsed. We put it together and we did the pictures and logos and stuff. It's like, okay. And he's like, all right. I'm like, so we're gonna rehearse? He's like, not yet. And so we got on the phone and he started, you know, I think our first festival was Alcatraz Festival. Our buddy Philip at Alcatraz hired us. And I can't really say how much the money was, but it was like, you know, we didn't exist yet. And Danny was like, hey, how about, let's just say, how about 50 grand? He's like, I'll give you 15. Well, there, you know what I mean? It was a similar offer to that. And it was great. We went, and then we built the band, you know, once we had a show. And we did some shows. The Chance was great. Yeah, that's why I hung out with you. I remember that show. Yes, I remember. And that was I love that place. But 4x Fate was a, you know, kind of short lived, because when it was time for me to go into to record, I got in a car accident and I was all wrecked. And my bro AJ, we had just done some Twisted Sister shows. We played in Belgium with him, and he's like, hey, I'll do it. He didn't want my gig to get messed up because he liked us hanging out together. He's like, we're gonna do more shows with 4x Fate, right? All right. So he was gonna come in and play drums to make sure no one else horned in on my gig. He was like watching my 4x Fate gig. So he went in and recorded for me when I was sick. Wow. He was a dear friend, AJ. He was just an amazing drummer and guy. You know, I knew him a long time, and we had so much fun. But 4x8 was a cool time, and it kind of got interrupted by me getting in an accident before I recorded, and then after they recorded with somebody else, I was like, I don't really want to give up the tour record that I didn't play on. You know what I mean?
Right. Yeah.
And it got a little weird with that, and we kind of just, you know, we no ugly parting. You know, we just kind of drifted.
Tell me a little bit about Carnival of Souls. I photographed you guys at Tribeca.
Yes, I remember that show well.
Yeah, tell me a little bit about that band.
Well, I mean, what a superstar band, and they didn't get it just. I mean, I used to call Gene Genius. You know, I mean, that guy was what a sweet soul, and his wife Dee, what a beautiful, wonderful lady. She's great. The Machine. I mean, and Lee, the singer, what a star. You know, just a great band, great songs. Yeah, I mean, we had a great time, and then we hit a wall of some sort. I remember, you know, I don't know, I hit a wall, we hit a wall, but it was great for a long time, and they're great. You know, with or without me, they were awesome. You know,
yeah. Wow.
And I know you were a big supporter.
I was.
Yeah.
You know, I was.
And it was good. Gray was just an amazing song, an amazing video, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, they had a lot of them. I mean, Gene was, he was good. He had great visions. Yeah, actually, I've been in touch with them again recently. We're talking about recording a song, and probably me being so busy is the only thing messing that up right now. You know.
Wow.
But I'm gonna when I get home Monday, I'll be getting back to them Tuesday and saying I'm so sorry, but you know, and my sob story.
It's funny. Dee got in contact with me just recently, and she goes, "Oh, do you have the video for Gray? I don't have it anymore." I had to give it to her.
I know. I saw that. I saw that you reposted it. It's great.
Yeah. It's fantastic.
Yeah, it was a great. The band was great, and Lee, the singer, was just really. He's still out there rocking. He's cool, dude. And you're great. And I'm still friends with Rob. Excuse me, Rob the Machine.
Oh,
I'm friends with everybody. You know, it's like sometimes when bands part, it gets ugly or stupid for a minute, and people say shit they don't mean. But for the most part, it's, you know, you get by it.
Oh, cool.
You know.
So how do you, with so many bands you were in, how do you keep perspective of each band that you're a part of? I know I looked on your Wikipedia, and you played in some amazing bands. You know?
I know. It's crazy. I don't. Most of my career was so busy that I didn't barely pay attention to what was going on. It's like, okay, you're gonna play the Uriah Heep reunion with you and Frankie Banali on drums and Michael Anthony on bass, and I'm like, okay, when's that? Okay, here's the material. Okay, I'll learn it, and then you learn it the day before instead of a week before. You know, yeah, I know. It's like I'm blessed. I got to play with some cool people. It's funny because I recorded 6 songs with Leonard Skinner, and I never even really put them on my resume. You know, it's a pretty big band. You know, so I'm starting to sneak that in when I talk about stuff. You know, but you know, I consider myself lucky for all the cool bands I play with, and I try and maintain relationships even if the partings were a little weird. You know, like when I left with Lita and stuff, me and Jim Gillette weren't all that cool. And then when I was sick with cancer, he was the bigger man. He reached out and said, "Dude, dickhead, I love you, man." I'm like, "I love you too." You know, and it's like, you know, so I have like 0 feuds right now. Like I'm at 0 feud. I got nothing. I mean, I'm good with everybody right now, but especially like the WASP people and stuff. You know, me and Blackie are cool, and me and Holmes are cool, and Doodles, and you know, everybody that's ever been in the band. Daryl Roberts, you know. Me and Piper, we kind of got weird with that before, with the Where Angels Suffer thing, you know. But,
I remember that.
I don't wish him any ill, you know. He's kind of an annoying prick.
How's your health now?
Good. I'm in remission for 4 years now.
Oh,
you know,
excellent.
I was stage 3 Burkitt's lymphoma, you know, and I was fucked, you know. There was about a week there. They're like, you know, you have some sort of aggressive cancer. We can't really figure it out. And if we don't figure it out quick, you're not going to make it. I'm like,
Right.
so you should get your affairs together because, you know, there's a chance you're not going to make it. I'm like, oh, that sucks.
Yeah.
And, you know, but I wasn't, you know, you always fear death so much, but when you're that
Right.
close, I was just like, I'm like, oh, this is no good, man. I just felt bad, you know. I
Right.
was gonna leave people behind, and I called the metal church guys. I'm like, man, you know, they just told me I'm probably not gonna make it. You know, you're gonna have to go get a new drummer and all that shit.
Wow.
And they're like, well, here's the thing. When you don't make it, when you die, then we'll get a new drummer. But until then, you're our drummer. And
Right.
I'm like,
Yeah. Cool.
Assholes. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it was amazing. It was amazing.
That was one of the most saddest times in my life when I found out that you were sick. And it was one of the most best times in my life when I found out you were okay.
Cool.
I appreciate that.
Okay.
Yeah, it was a crazy time, but you know, you find out who your friends are. And and when I was sick, Blackie called me, you know, and he was like a lot. And he was, you know, he's a born again Christian, and you know, a lot of people give him shit for it, whatever. But I you know, I respect people's decisions when they make those type of changes. And he was awesome. He was awesome. I mean, he every few days I hear from him, and you know, Jim Gillette, the bigger man, reached out. We're bros again now. You know, it's awesome. You know, so you know, I was outclassed. You know, but the love was there, and so that's what we perpetuate now, man. We're all about the love and the good times. So I'm all about working with people like John and Metal Church and Johnny Hyatt, and you know. My dance card's full. I don't have any room for assholes.
Right. Cool. Is there any merchandise coming from the band?
Yes.
Yes, absolutely.
So what do you have coming?
What do you think we should have coming?
Well, you know, shirts.
I
Gotta have shirts. Gotta have shirts.
We got shirts. We got
know?
shirts, and we also have
CDs, vinyl.
Hold on.
Vinyl.
And you know what else we have? We have. I don't know. Yeah, of course we're gonna do all the bullshit. We got shirts, hats, hoodies, shorts.
Cool.
You know, we're gonna do everything that we think anyone might buy. You know, right now,
yeah.
you know, it's shirts and an 8x10, you know,
Cool.
lithograph. No, you know.
Yeah. No. So,
I'm
man,
sorry.
it was great talking to you two. Enjoyable, very enjoyable, and
Really
always,
good to talk to you.
pleasure to
always
meet
stand
you.
behind you guys. You know, so you know, would you like to say anything to the fans out there?
Well, I got to say that I can almost never believe the you know, the love. Yesterday when we did the signing, the people were so, I mean, so many genuine people came up and give me, you know, regarding like Mike Howe's passing, you know, just like it sounds cliche, but it's just, I'm thankful and that I'm in a position that I actually get people that come up and tell me the beautiful things like I heard yesterday. You know, I mean, I just got to say thank you. And you know, it's fun to give. I just try and give good shows. You know, I try not to suck, and you know, and you know, in return you get love, and we appreciate it.
Cool,
Yes.
cool.
I'm thankful and I feel very blessed. And it's, again, a pleasure to meet you.
Cool. No problem. Can you tell me how people could pick up the album or get in contact with you?
Well, it's available like in everywhere. That's what the thing about the Orchard distribution. It's insane. Like it's literally everywhere. You can't not find it. You know, if you Google it, it comes. When you click on it, there's like 13 places you can get it. There's tabs. It's the best. I mean, I gotta say, I've done a lot of records, and I mean, the Orchard, Von Artist, and Mindsnap have done an amazing job. And my buddy Christian Lawrence, Opus, is the guy that put it all together. And I gotta thank him. I usually do.
He's brilliant. We love him.
And Muncie over at Skateboard, and Shauna over at O'Donnell Communications. She's a great publicist and a lovely lady. And you know, so everybody, we got a great team. And you know, again, we just started participating on our end today. You know, and I'm sorry it was a little bit of a pain in the ass to try and get together, brother. But
no problem, no problem.
Life's been crazy, and as soon as we make some new news, we can do this again. You know, we got to do some shit. You know.
Great, great. Thanks a lot, you guys. I appreciate talking to you.
All right, brother. Good talking to you, man.
Talk to you
Appreciate
later.
too.
Bye-bye.
All right. Bye.
Bye.